Hey, what is up, guys? This is Bo, or Carl Hunga 712. In today's video, I'm taking you guys back a couple of years here to probably your favorite Call of Duty, right, guys? Probably not. I think everybody hated this game except for me and maybe two other people. But I'm going to bring you guys some classic TDM on Ghost Prison Break, which I think was the most popular map on here. Fuck Nuketown. I mean, what the hell is Nuketown? I think every time I played Call of Duty Ghost, I'd say if I played 200 matches on here, I'd say 180 of them were probably on Prison Break. I actually do like this map quite a bit. I thought this was a nice layout for a map. Like I said, some guys didn't like it because typically everybody camped on the ridge to the right here, as you'll see me run towards that, because that's a pretty good hot spot here. The gameplay isn't anything terrific. I've got on here about 2 in the morning and tried to get you guys a really nice TDM gameplay. I think there was only like 3,000 people online, to be honest with you, so about all that you're going to find is TDM. If you're lucky, you might find a domination game or a kill confirm game. Oh, look at that double spray there. Greatest gun ever in Call of Duty, probably right there, the Vector. But anyways, like I said, I think I'd go 21-6. Considering who I'm going up against, I actually think this is a halfway decent gameplay. Like I said, I'm not, 21-6 isn't anything too spectacular. In TDM, it's all right. But, usually you guys are probably used to me bringing you my 60 and 70 kill games. But anyways, I'm playing somebody who's ranked, I think one of them was ranked 42nd in the world in Call of Duty Ghost, and another one was like ranked 300th. So, these guys are pretty good. Like I said, I think we're going up against some campy guys that like their M27s, but there's nothing wrong with that. Campers don't bug me, rushers don't bug me. I'd say I'm somewhere in between those two. But anyways, like I said, that's for the gameplay in the background. I know it's Call of Duty Ghost, and you guys are probably saying, "Well, what in the hell are you uploading this shit for?" It's Black Ops 3's out. Black Ops 3 is a great game. It's fun, tons of depth. But I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about basically Infinity Ward's next game, which will be coming out here before you know it. I know it's, we're only a few months into the Black Ops 3 cycle right now. But, it's something that's kind of interesting to think about or to discuss. Basically the next Call of Duty. And of course, if you guys didn't know, we've got the 3-year cycles now. Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward. And for most people, Infinity Ward was kind of the top dog when it came to Call of Duty for quite some time. I mean, they were the ones who brought us COD 4, which is basically what, COD 4 is what that was the foundation. That's what set Call of Duty in stone for what it is today. Basically, it's the _1 game every single year. I think it outsells everything. About the only thing I think you'll get close to outselling Call of Duty would be Grand Theft Auto, something along those lines. That's about all you're going to find today that's going to outsell Call of Duty, because it's pretty much the #1 shooter you're going to find out there. And Infinity Ward basically brought us COD 4 and MW2, and of course MW3 and Ghost. But the latter two, of course, a lot of people hated. MW3 I actually did enjoy. The lag comp in that game was kind of funky a little bit. It seemed like people who had really bad connections basically would win every gunfight, which was really, really frustrating. But other than that, I actually did like MW3. I wished I was involved in the competitive scene back then, because I know a lot of the competitive players really enjoyed MW3. MW2 I didn't care for. There's too many broken things in that game. The maps were fun. If it wasn't for getting noob-tubed or quick-scoped or just hacked right as the match started, you know what? That game might have actually been pretty good. Too many issues there. COD 4, great game. Love that. Still play it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play it when it came out. But anyways, the reason I'm going back and discussing some of these is I'm laying the foundation for you guys to see what Infinity Ward has done in the past. And of course, their last game was Call of Duty Ghost. Now, Call of Duty Ghost was not well received. I mean, it wasn't a hated game. It sold well. It made a lot of money. It was a successful game. To say it failed, that's absolutely not. It didn't fail at all. For a lot of the players out there, casual and competitive players, Call of Duty Ghost didn't live up to expectations from what came of Black Ops 2. Now, of course, Black Ops 2, in my opinion, was the best Call of Duty made. It did have some flaws in it. It was not a perfect game, but the fun factor, the competitive side, great maps, great guns, great balancing issues, or the balancing issues were, you know, zero in that game. I mean, the game was just so well balanced, and that's what made Black Ops 2 such a great and fun game. Basically, when you got to Call of Duty Ghosts, there was a lot of problems. The maps were, for most people, I think the biggest issues were the maps. I think maps were big issues, spawns were big issues, kill streaks were a big issue, and weapons themselves were the big issue. So I think those were the 4 big issues you have with Call of Duty Ghosts. Of course, you had the MTAR and the Remington that reigned supreme, and then right after that it was the Vector. Of course, in public matches, you always saw the Honey Badger. That was one of my favorite guns. Basically, it was an assault rifle slash SMG all in one. It was a hybrid type of weapon. You know, so a lot of people really enjoyed the weapon. I did too. But like I said, the spawn systems, tons of revenge spawns. So basically, if you guys never played Call of Duty Ghost, basically if you shoot somebody, turn your ass around because they're going to be behind you ready to shoot you out of spawn again. Lots of problems like that. And then, of course, there's a few instances basically where you'd spawn in almost on explosives, which I had happen a few times, basically spawn into a grenade getting thrown across the map. But unfortunately, you know, that kind of shit happens in Call of Duty. Watch me just absolutely fucking choke this shot. Forgive me, guys. It has been like 6 months since I've played this game, so give me a little break on that. But anyways, with all those problems, I actually think Call of Duty Ghost had some redeeming factors. I'm not going to get into that. I've gotten into it in other videos. If you guys would like me to, I'll gladly do it in another video. But you know, where does Infinity Ward go from here? And the two typical answers you'll hear from most people are MW4, Ghost 2. Ghost, I guess, I never did finish the campaign, even though I didn't mind the campaign in Ghost. I didn't finish it. I know there was a couple of cliffhangers at the end of that, so that's why a lot of people think it'll be Ghost 2. Unfortunately, with Ghost struggling like it did, you know, do they go back to Call of Duty Ghost 2 and you know, risk maybe it not being well received? Of course, that's, you know, that's up for debate. Like I said, I enjoyed Ghost. There were some problems with it that basically pissed me off and really frustrated the hell out of me. But for the most part, I did enjoy the game. Or do you go MW4? Now, of course, MW1 and MW2 was well loved. MW3 was well loved by some, hated by others. So, you know, do you go along that line? I know the Modern Warfare series was always well loved and well respected. I guess if you were a betting man and you had to bet between those two, most people would probably guess it'd be MW4, you know, because that's basically what... I'm trying to think of the best way to say this for you guys. That's basically what started the Call of Duty franchise, was Modern Warfare. Now, I will say this, this is just coming from me. I don't have any information. I don't have any insiders on Call of Duty. Of course, I just know basically what you guys know, maybe a little bit more. I do know some places I can go to find out some information, possibly early. But if you guys were asking me, I think I wouldn't rule out Call of Duty Ghosts. I really wouldn't. I mean, I really don't know till this point. But I would not be a bit surprised to see Infinity Ward 2 take Call of Duty in a different direction. I don't think we're going to have jetpacks and jumping around bullshit and wall running and that kind of stuff. Now, I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But I think with, you know, everybody kind of getting to that point now where it's like, you know, we're sick of the future shit. We're sick of the sci-fi crap. Let's get back to a traditional Call of Duty. And I got to tell you, this upload right here for you guys, you know, I absolutely loved going back and playing this just for a couple of matches here and getting you guys a pretty solid gameplay. So if you guys ask me, I think that's where they're going to go. Infinity Ward, I think it's going to be a classic Call of Duty, feet on the ground, boots on the ground. But I want to know it in the section down below, guys, in the comment section. You know, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see Infinity Ward take us into the future or what? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next video, and bow out.